Good morning, everyone. It is very important to develop new methods and better methods in order to improve the productivity. So, today in this session, we will discuss on the work study. In this video, I will discuss on the work study, its objectives and benefits, along with the method study, the symbols used, what is motion study, and the different principle of motion economy. So let's start with the work study. Work study is the body of language that is concerned with the analysis of the work methods and the equipments used in performing the job, along with the standardization of the proposed method. We can say in the work study, we definitely do the examination of the human work in order to search the better methods and the new methods to improve the productivity. So, it is a technique which is employed to ensure the best possible use of man, machine, material, and energy in carrying out any specific activity. It deals with the technique of method study and the work measurement. Method study include motion study, whereas work measurement includes the time study. So in this video I am going to tell you about the basics of the work study, and then we will discuss on the method study and the motion study. In my next video I will discuss on the work measurement and the time study. So the work study is based on certain principles for doing any job. For the motion study or the method study, there are two principles. First, there is one best way of doing any work. Second, a scientific method is the best and the surest way of finding this best method. Whereas time study principle says that the time taken for doing the job by the best way can be measured and it can be set as a standard. So these are the basic principles of the work study. Now, what are the objectives of work study? We do work study because we want to analyze the present method to develop new method and in order to improve the existing method also. It helps in establishing the standard time of doing any work. Third, it helps in increasing the productivity. Fourth, it also improve the operational efficiency of the system. So these are the basic objectives of the work study. Now, what are the benefits of doing the work study? Definitely, it is going to increase the productivity. It will reduce the manufacturing and the material handling cost. Better manpower planning can be done with the help of work study. We can create better working conditions for the employees. We can develop good industrial relations. We can provide good job satisfaction to the employees by developing sound incentive schemes, by giving them the fair wages, by improving the workflow, as well as by designing the better plant layout. So these are the important benefits of work study. Now, what is method study? Method study is the part of the work study. As I told you before, method study and the work measurement are the part of the work study. In this video, we will discuss on method study. So, what we can say about method study is observing, recording, and examining the present method with the aim of improving the present method as well as to develop new and cheaper methods. So, this method is also known as method improvement or work improvement because it encompasses the study of work process, working conditions, equipments, and tools. So, We can define method study as a systematic and the critical study of existing method of doing a task with a view to evolve the most efficient and the economic method of doing it. So, it is a method for setting up the employee productivity standards in which, first of all, a complex job is picked up and then it is broken down into smaller or the simpler steps. Now, the sequence of each movement is observed in order to detect and eliminate the wasteful motion. Then the precise time taken for each correct movement is measured, and from this measurement production and delivery time and prices are computed, as well as incentives for the employees are devised. So it is appropriate only for the repetitive steps where you are repeating the work again and again. So it is beneficial when your work is related with the repetitive task. Time and motion studies were pioneered by Frederick Winsor Taylor in 1856 till 1915. After that, they proposed their results. So, this is the method study. Now, what are the objectives of method study? First of all, to improve the procedure of doing any work, to improve the workplace layout called plant layout. Plant layout is what I had already made the video. You can check the link in the description box. To minimize the human motion for minimum fatigue of the operators, to maximize the utility of the resources can be man, machine and material. It helps in eliminating the wasteful and inefficient motion. It also improves overall working environment of the organization. Now we will discuss on the procedure used in the method study. So, the steps involved in motion analysis are as follows. First of all, as I told you before, you have to select the work to be studied. Then you have to record all the relevant facts about that work by direct observation with the use of flow diagram, process chart, cycle graph and SIMO. What is SIMO? It is simultaneously motion cycle chart. So you can use SIMO chart for recording the relevant fact of the proposed work. After that, you have to examine critically the sequence and then you can develop the best method. But before developing the best method, you have to evaluate all the alternatives on the basis of cost, time, feasibility, reaction of the employees, as well as short and long term implication of that new method. So after examining, or we can say after critically examining using the critical examination sheet, you are able to develop the best method, which is the most practical, economic and effective method under the prevailing circumstances using the principle of motion economy. I will discuss these principles in my next slide. So, after developing the new method, you have to install that method and use as a standard practice. And after that, you have to do the regular routine check of that method, which is called maintain. So, here the important steps are to select the job, record the relevant facts, critically examine the sequence, developing the new methods by evaluating cost, time, feasibility, then installing the new method and maintaining that method by doing the regular routine check. Now, we will discuss on the different symbols that are used in method study. So, for transportation means it will indicate the movement of workers, material or equipment from one place to another place. It is denoted by the arrow. As you can see here, arrow is used to denote the transportation. Next, inspection. It indicates any type of inspection, check measurement, visual scrutiny of the quality or the quantity of the product. It is indicated by the square. Storage. It indicates a controlled storage in which material is received into or issued from store under some form of authorization, or an item is retained for the specific reference purpose. So it is indicated by the triangle. We can say inverted triangle. For this operation, main step in the processes are denoted by the oval. So these are the important symbols that we use in the method study. Now, what is motion study? Motion study is the part of the method study. You can say it is a science of eliminating wasteful resulting from the unnecessary, ill-directed and inefficient motion. So, what is motion study? We are eliminating the wasteful motions. So, micromotion study is a valuable technique for making minute analysis. Memo motion is a special form of micromotion study in which motion pictures are taken at a very slow speed using the motion picture camera. Then these pictures are studied and we will eliminate the wasteful motion from the sequence of the work. Now, what are the different principles of motion economy? It is categorized in 4 headings. First, use of human body. The two hands should begin and complete their movement at the same time. Two hands should not be idle at the same time. Motion of the arms should be symmetrical and in the opposite direction simultaneously. Continuous curve movements are preferred. Ballistic movements are faster, easier and more accurate. Ballistic movement means free swinging movements. Rhythm is essential to the smooth and automatic performance of a repetitive operations. Work should be arranged so that eye movement can be confined to the comfortable area. Next principle is related to the design of the tools and equipments. So, design of the tool includes two or more tools should be combined wherever possible. Lever, crossbars and hand wheels should be used so that the operator can use them with the least change in the body portion and the greatest mechanical advantage. It will save the time also. Next principle is related to time conservation. Even a temporary delay of work by a man or a machine should not be encouraged. Machine should not run idle. Two or more jobs should be worked upon at the same time. The fourth principle is the arrangement of the workplace. It includes definite and fixed stations should be provided for all tools and materials in order for the development of the habit of the employees. Tools and materials should be pre-positioned to reduce searching. Gravity fed bins and containers should be used to deliver the material. Tools, material and control should be located within the maximum working area. The height of the workplace and seat should be arranged to allow alternate standing and sitting. The color of the workplace should be in contrast so that it will reduce the eye fatigueness of the employees. Material and tools should be arranged to permit the best sequence of the motion. Ejectors should be used wherever possible. Provision should be made for the adequate lighting and a chair to permit the good posture of the employee. So these are the important principles of the motion economy. I hope now it is clear to everyone that what is motion study, work study and method study. In my next video, I will discuss upon the work measurement and the time study. Thank you so much. If you have any queries, you can write down. Thank you so much.